ஆர்டிஸ்டோட மீட்டப்புக்கு நான் ஒரு பேசுகிறதுக்காக ஒரு பேனலிஸ்ட் அழைச்சிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது மியூசிக் ஆண்டர்ப்ரினர்ஷிப் பேஸ் பண்ணி இருக்கிறதுனால நான் அதில் ஒரு ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி இப்போ தான் முடித்தேங்கிறதுனாலையும் அதை பற்றி மக்கள் இண்டிபெண்ட் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் கிட்ட கருத்து தெரிவிக்கலாம், அதை பற்றி நிறைய பகிர்ந்துக்கலாம்ங்கிற இதில் வந்திருக்கேன். இனிதான் இதுக்கப்புறம் தான் போய் கிளாஸ் எடுக்க போகிறேன். ஸோ அதனால் ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்டார்டிங். ஸோ நீங்கள் வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா, விடை கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா உடனே உள்ள போயிடுவேன். இதில் தான் அது மியூசிக் ஆண்டர்ப்ரினர்ஷிப்பில் தான் வாங்கியிருக்கேன். ஸோ அதை பற்றி முதல் கிளாஸாக இது தான் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அது ஸ்பாட்டிஃபைக்கு மாஸ்டர் கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறதுங்கிறது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமான விஷயம். எல்லா சாங்கும்
காப்பிரைட் இப்போ இளையராஜா சார்லாம் என்னோட சாங்ஸ்லாம் வந்து காப்பிரைட் இல்லாமல் டெலிகாஸ்ட் இது பண்ணுறாங்க, பாட்டு போடுறாங்க கச்சேரி. அதை பற்றி
நீங்கள் உங்கள் கேள்வி எனக்கு புரியலங்க, சாரி.
அவர் என்ன கேட்குறாருன்னா, இளையராஜா சாரோட பாட்டை வந்து காப்பிரைட் இல்லாம பாடக்கூடாது, அடுத்த ஆர்கெஸ்ட்ரால பண்ணக்கூடாதுங்கிற ஸ்டேஜ்ல எல்லாம். சோ அத பத்தி நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? ஒரு
இது நான் எதுவும்
ரிசர்ச் பண்ண அனுபவத்தை பத்தி சொல்லுங்க சார். மியூசிக் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி
இது நல்ல இது வந்து ஆக்கப்பூர்வமா இருக்கு. இந்த மாதிரி கேள்வி நீங்க இளையராஜா சார்ட்ட கேளுங்க, அவரு பதில் சொல்றது கரெக்டா இருக்கும். என்னோட மனநிலை என்னன்னு கேக்குறீங்க, எனக்கு அதுல எந்த கருத்தும் இல்ல, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
மியூசிக் டாக்டர் பட்டம் வாங்கிருக்கேன். மியூசிக் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான ஃபீலிங், என்ன மாதிரி அனுபவங்கள்?
இல்ல இது வந்து இது வரைக்கும் இந்த என்னோட ரிசர்ச் வந்து யாருமே இது வரைக்கும் பண்ணாத ஒரு ரிசர்ச். ஏன்னா அதில் அந்த ஃபீல்டில் அவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு ஸ்கோப்பான ஒரு விஷயம் என்னங்கிறேன்னு இப்போ தான் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் மியூசிக் பூம் ஆகுது. ஸோ அதில் ஒரு ப்ராப்பர் ரிசர்ச், ஃபார்மல் ரிசர்ச் இல்லை. ஸோ அதனால பண்ண கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக இருந்துச்சு. பட் இது பண்ணதுக்கப்புறமா இந்த ரிசர்ச் இன்னும் தொடர்ந்து இதில் ஃபியூச்சர் ஸ்கோப் நிறைய இருக்குது. ஸோ அது ஃபியூச்சர் ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் எடுத்து அதில் பண்ணுவாங்க. இது ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு 10 வருஷத்தில் இது ஒரு குளோபலான ஒரு ஃபினாமினா மாறப்போகுது. அது இந்தியாவில் ஆல்ரெடி குளோபலாக இருக்குது, இந்தியாவில் ஒரு பெரிய ஃபினாமினா மாறப்போகுது. ஸோ இது அதுக்கான ஒரு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப்பாக இருக்கட்டும் தான் இந்த ரிசர்ச் எடுத்து பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. நல்ல அனுபவம் தான் டாக்டரேட் வாங்கினது.
அடுத்து உங்கள் ஃபேன்ஸுக்கு என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்க?
கீப் சப்போர்ட்டிங். நன்றி உங்கள் அன்புக்கு. லவ் யூ. பை.
தேங்க்யூ.
பாடலாம். நான் வரணுமா இல்லை நீங்கள் வரீங்களா?
சார் அவங்க எங்கே வரட்டும் சார், அவங்க எங்கே வரட்டும் சார், அவங்க எங்கே வரட்டும்.
காத்திருந்த காதலுக்கு சொல்லடி நல்வழி, வாழ்க்கை தானே இல்லை அடி மொழி, அப்பனே என்னை பார், உன்னை மட்டும் நினைத்தது இந்த இதயம் அல்லவா, சிறு கண்ணை சூழி எந்த கண்ணின் ஓரம் சுற்றத்தானைக்குள் பார், எல்லா மியூசிக் எனக்கு பிடிக்கும். பட் ஸ்டில் நான் ஒரு ரேப்பராக ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணனால ரேப்பர்ஸ் இருக்கீங்களான்னு கேட்டேன். ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட் பாய்ஸ்.
செட்டுபிட்டு படுத்து கொண்டுபிட்டு வாழ்விட்டு போனது போகணும் காயங்கள் ஆரணும் கவிதைகள் வழியே விற்பட்டு காதல் மாயே தெளியா போதே தெளிஞ்ச பெண் தாண்டி வருவேன் மாறும் பாதை யாரும் வேலை யாரம ராமன் தேடி சீதை ராமன் சீதை கண்ணன் ராதை இது போல் எனக்கு ஒரு தேவதை தேவ் ஆணின் மனதில் வீழ காரணம் பெண்கள் வீசும் காதல் பார்வை.
Perspective on how an artist's journey looks, and of course we have Paddy on stage, whom all of you have heard from. So Paddy, first question to you. Spotify has an announcement for the independent artist community today, but before we get to that, tell us a little bit more about why we are seeing music from beyond the film industry become increasingly popular in the region.
So yeah, I think I touched upon it a little bit, but just to give you an understanding, it has always been there, but it was a very slow growth. But in the last 2 years, last 3 years actually, we've seen a rapid growth. Of course, maybe the pandemic also helped in that, but what we've seen is the total number of creators coming out and doing independent music from Chennai, specifically Chennai and around Tamil Nadu, is very, very high. And so if I have to give examples, for example, everyone knows Benny Dayal. He had done Vadkai DJ, if you remember. That was in 2008 or 2009. He had done a full-fledged independent music album. From there it started. There were a lot of things that happened. And then Tamil music started going into the national level also with I was talking about Appadi Podu became a national hit. Kolaveri became a national hit. So suddenly all eyes were on Tamil music. Now from then on, if you see what happened with Enjoy Enjami, became a national hit and it became an international hit. So people are already seeing that independent music is coming out of Chennai in a very, very big way. And I've also spoken about the fact that the music technology that comes out of Chennai specifically is so high that the whole world looks up to it. So I think it's all there. It's coming to the point where it's a great time to make that announcement which you're going to make. And the fact that we have some artists sitting over here who have only believed in independent music first and then done other projects. So that is what I think is the power of independent music. First of all, it makes you express yourself well. So all this being there, I think I can see a lot of growth happening in South, and we're seeing the numbers as well.
Thanks, Paddy.
From the scratch level artist. So the consistent releases is what we kind of feel like we are building this community. In fact, in the year 2009, we found a band called Yodaka. Those days it was like only physical sales, CD sales. So then we found an artist called Punya Srinivas, who been an artist. Then in the year 2012, I got a call from someone. Is like someone is there, some artist is there. You have to meet him. Someone, okay? Then they literally kidnapped me to the studio. That artist is none other than Hip Hop Tamila. 2012. So 2012 we launched Hip Hop Tamila. After that it was like there was no physical sales and it's the market. It's all ringback tunes and stuff like that. Then recently, after this pandemic thing, this streaming industry growing. So we thought, okay, releasing the consistent independent artists, we can build this community is what we felt.
And you can affect someone's life that you don't even know of anywhere around this world. That's kind of what I want to do with my music, and that's kind of what, that was kind of the day I chose to be Sunflower Tape Machine. That's one of the biggest, driving forces. Although my music might not sound like it, I think I try to make it as relatable as possible, and at least, for people my age, people older, people younger, just I try my best.
So you're talking about my personal artist. My the reason why I started was to express myself. I found hip hop music to be cool. Me into a lot of legal situations, like there was a protest that happened after a song and it all pointed towards me. So everything has happened, but one thing I will not stop is expressing through my art, because for me, art is expression, is freedom of speech. So that is what I've always been doing. And I've had a lot of roller coaster experiences because of that. And my basic sentiment is very simple. When you have this expression of, you have this freedom of expression and you talk straight from the heart, you can touch other people's hearts. And this is a gift musicians, not everybody in the world can touch hearts. So it takes a lot of effort. To love it is very difficult to love. And this thing, the love that we get through this music, so that becomes an addiction after a point of time. So you just start making music to, you express yourself, and when you start getting that love back, then it's hard to quit. So it keeps going. So even though I'm into acting and directing and all that stuff, I'm always an independent musician at heart. I'm always a rapper at heart.
That's amazing. That's what we're here to listen to, right? Thank you so much.
Give it a shot, because there's no person in this room whose mental health is going to be, good 100% of the time. There's going to be times when you're going to feel down. And I've noticed that when I feel down and I go sit on my computer and just, can I swear? I can't? Okay. And I just say random words, or I don't even know, dude. But yeah, when I just sit on my computer and just put my mind to making music, it really puts me at peace. And like some songs I put out are literally just that, where I would have sat in the morning, just put my mind to it till the night, not done any promotion, just put it out because of how personal that song is to me. So I feel like that is something people should give a shot at.
Thank you so much. Raufa, same question to you. Because you work so closely with artists throughout their journey, what is their sentiment about making their own music? Is there hesitancy? Are they keen to do it?
No, I personally feel that they are very keen to do it because most of the singers whom we work with have more exposure to film music rather. Because I think here Kollywood is the biggest music producer, and I think most of our sentiments are attached to Kollywood music more. And seeing people from that platform, they also have a huge space, where they want to do their own stuff. They want to come up with their own music, and though they might be people who might be singing for Ilaiyaraaja, they might be people who might be singing for Adi, and they might be singing for Ani and everyone. But still, for each artist, doing his own stuff would bring him more happiness. Of course, this is also very important because you definitely need to call them as well. So, but doing their own stuff brings them more happiness, and they attach themselves more to their own music. So I think there are some here who are doing playback, but still looking to take their baby steps in indie music as well. So it's very, very attached to them and very close to their heart.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit more about who's listening to this music. And Santosh, I'd like to ask you this one first. And I'd love for both of you to add on actually as well on who's listening to the music that you're making. So over to you from a label perspective.
See, I think the target group is like 15 to 20, 25. So they are discovering from the apart from Spotify, social media platforms like Instagram, and the most unexpected thing is that the Bumble app like matches have. That's so nowadays the discovery things happening. So yeah.
I know a lot of music is apparently I think it's on Tinder and on Bumble where you can match with people based on what they're listening to. So that's a great discovery platform as well now. And from your perspective, like where are your listeners discovering music, and what does that audience look like for you? Is it just here? Is it across the world?
People are always going to, start discovering music when they start hitting into that phase where they want to, it all starts back then when we had cassettes. I started from there of cassettes and then CDs. So when I was in school, there were a lot of movie songs that released, but still we would jump into a song that we heard somewhere which is not easily accessible, so we would have heard it from, it could be an English song or it could be a pop album or something like that, and we, it gives you bragging rights to go and say, oh, you don't know that song, that's a cool song and stuff like that. So this happens at a phase where when there are a lot of, you have a lot of peer group around you and your taste is unique. All this is a driving force for anyone to go and discover new music. So, given the technological, for example, Spotify, it has come now in the palm of your hands. I used to go, there used to be 2-3 CD shops when I was in college. So I used to go there, look for CDs, take that one thing, and then so internet slowly happened. This was there of Orkut. So look at all these suggestions, get this curated list and all that, and show it off to the friends and so. But today Spotify, point of time, this music will become into your, it'll start sticking into your, it becomes your DNA. So after a point it becomes nostalgia for you when you cross your 30s or 40s. So the process of discovering music always starts from the teens, like 15, 16, like Santosh said. So it starts from there, but now I think it starts young and stops after, for the general people, it stops after a while and they stick to the taste. After you acquire a taste, you stick to the taste and stuff. But this generally happens when you're young and when you're fresh. When you're a clean slate, it's...
Very interesting perspective. This is the first time I've heard it. Yeah.
So for me, back in the day, what I would do in a very targeted manner, like, so my first track that I initially put out, which thanks to Spotify, has changed my life right now. It's called Sophomore Sweetheart, and when I made that song, I had this very targeted demographic, like, you know, as Santosh said, between 15 to 25. And I started sending it out to magazines and publications who sort of curate that style of music, that sort of sound. But eventually, thanks to Spotify, like, you know, when I look at my stats on Spotify, like, I cannot even believe it. Like, people from, I don't even know, dude, Zimbabwe and like countries I've never even heard of are listening to my music, and that's crazy. And I was gonna say something, dude, I forgot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
So, given the world that we live in today, what are the advantages of being an artist who's making their own music? And I'll start with both of you, since both of you are artists, and you should have a first go at this one.
So, I think the biggest advantage we have as artists of this present generation that a lot of people overlook is the internet. Like, the internet has changed the game. You can find contacts to the biggest labels in the world if you do enough digging. A friend of your friend will know a friend who knows some label guy. So this, like, the internet is kind of what is, like, in the last 2 years especially, like, especially when the lockdown happened, the number of artists, the number of, like, songs, everything just skyrocketed. We just recorded a song at Island City, which I don't even like the way it sounds. I prefer the way it sounded in my room. And I mean, that was a big hit on the wallet, but we're not releasing that. We're probably releasing the bedroom demo. But yeah, just I feel like the bedroom is where you are yourself the most. You can express yourself in the most true to yourself way.
In Chennai for artists. So this program is called Spotify for Artists Masterclass, and our head of artist and label partnership, Padmanabham, he is organizing, he's talking to the artists. The objective of this program is to tell the artists how to use the Spotify application, how to self-publish it, how to grow as an artist, and how to grow fans. So this whole program is designed to tell artists what are the best practices. Along with this masterclass, we also have a panel discussion, and the focus of the panel discussion is, as an artist, how can you grow it you don't have to depend only on film music to grow. Without films and outside of films, how can an artist independently grow? What are the opportunities in front of them? What are the challenges in front of them? What is it that they should know about what it takes to grow? So that was a panel discussion which is also happening. There is going to be a reveal of where we'll be launching a Radar Tamil program. The program is called Radar Tamil. So Radar is our global program for independent artists, for putting the spotlight on young and emerging artists. So in India, for the first time, we are launching a regional Radar program. We have a national Radar program, but we have identified Tamil as a language where we are launching a regional language program. So it will be a playlist called Radar Tamil. There may be some events around it as well. And the idea is that we are going to feature artists which are creating music outside of the film industry. So this is the non-film music which will get featured on this program. So that we are announcing the launch of that program in Chennai today. So that is going to happen later in the evening.
Okay.
What you got, Radar Tamil it is, and we're very proud to announce our first Radar artist for Tamil, Marshall Robinson. Can we have him here? Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Marshall Robinson. And this is just going to grow. Panelists, may I now invite on stage Mr. Rahul Balyan, the head of music, Spotify India, to say a little thank you to our panelists.
Can we have? Yeah. To our amazing panelists, thank you, Mr. Santosh Kumar. Thank you so much. Sunflower tape machine, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. The one and only Hip Hop Tamara, Dr. Hip Hop Tamara, ladies and gentlemen. Truly insightful, such powerful words. Thank you so much. Rafa ma'am, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you.